I need to feel your energy today from start to finish.
Come on, let's go.
Let's crank this thing up. It get real ferocious, I'm trying to tell you.
Turn me up all day.
From the locker room to the broadcast booth, breaking news and the truth behind every take from a real NFL insider and television analyst.
Now get ready for the NFL show where the conversation gets real and the fans get a voice. It's time for the Lake Lewis Jr. Show here on ESPN Radio.
And that's football.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Lake Lewis Jr. Show. Appreciate you guys joining us. It's Friday, and you know what that means. It's Friday Fan Day, Friday Family Fan Day, as we're going to start calling it, because this is my family right here with me. We've got people scattered all over the country, but they're diehard Commanders fans. And we want you to know that, yes, we keep saying this weekly, that you can join us if you are a fan of other teams. And this group right here will not run you off, but this is what we do. We do talk about the Commanders. So if you are a Commanders fan, this definitely is your home away from home. And today we're going to chop it up and talk about two subjects that I talked about on my show last night on ESPN Radio. And the first one is I did a mock draft, the full first round. I did it on the show last night with my producer, Alan. And the pick at number 7 might surprise you. There's a person in this group that's going to be jumping for joy when he hears who the pick was. And we'll talk about that. And I'll get your thoughts on if you like that pick or not. And then the second part of the show last night, we actually did literally a power ranking for where the teams are right now pre-draft before they take their picks. We talked about the Commanders, obviously, and where they rank on the power rankings. And what we prefaced it was, they have to be perfectly healthy. Everything has to be going well for every team in the NFL, not just the Commanders. And where would you put them? So that's going to be our group question, and everyone will have a chance to answer that. Your answer will determine if your team wins or loses today. So we'll have some fun with that. So first and foremost, how's everybody doing on this great Friday?
Wonderful.
Good.
Right.
No, man.
Great, going great.
Sleepy.
Awesome.
Sleepy.
Appreciate it. You said sleepy?
Yeah. Sheila needs a nap.
Oh, don't go to sleep on the air. We can't have that. So
Right.
So yeah, we yesterday on my show, we talked about the draft, and we did a mock draft, a full mock draft, 1 through 32, and it was interesting to say the least. And the way the draft fell, the pick at number 7 for the Washington Commanders was Mansoor Delane. And I know Gerard is probably jumping up and down with that pick right there, because I know that's the guy he wanted. And literally, that's how it fell. We went through every pick, and everything that led up to Washington at number 7 pretty much was between Mansoor Delane, cornerback from LSU, who, by the way, is a local kid. He kind of Baltimore-ish, Bishop Spalding out there. But yeah, he's kind of a local kid, a Maryland kid. So it could be kind of a homecoming for him. The other guy was Carnell Tate, was in the running. And also Caleb Downs was in the running. I know Ellison is probably like saying, what are you talking about? You didn't take him. And I'm going to give you my reasoning, and then we're going to open it up for you guys to go ahead and let's talk about it. But my reasoning why I went with Delane was because I think if you look at everything that they've done in this offseason as far as free agency, people are not talking about how big a move it was for them to grab Nick Cross, from the Colts. Nick Cross is a young guy, 25 years old. He's a starter. I'm actually shocked that the Colts would let him leave. So for Washington to get him and to pair him up with a guy that I've been telling people, if he wasn't injured, you would have seen really how good he was, and that's Will Harris, super smart player. So I think Harris and also Nick Cross together, that's an upgrade, at the safety, spots for the Commanders. And then, of course, you can sprinkle in, some guys, that can come in and help these guys as far as depth guys. But do you really want to disrupt that by drafting? He's generational talent, don't get me wrong, and Caleb Downs, because there's going to be an odd man out if you do that. 3 safeties normally aren't on the field at the same time. Okay, so that covers that position. if you look at some of these linebackers that are coming out, edge rushers type guys, well, they kind of went and addressed that, by going out and getting Adafe Owe and by getting Kaylavon Chasen, and they got Charles yeah. How do you say that? Amendehu.
Yeah.
I was on a friend of mine last night, Wole's show, and he's Nigerian, and he said, "You'll get it because I'm Nigerian." So anyway, so they've addressed that a lot. Leo Chenal can also move on the edge from time to time. And then you have Dorrance Armstrong coming back, and you have, Dedrick Wise coming back. So again, did they do enough where they can now go with some other positions of need? And for me, I truly believe that wide receiver is going to be covered because I've been telling you guys for a long time, Brandon Ayuk will be in the building after June 1st. That's just the way it's going to go. And then I also think that there is a small chance, and I've been saying that the Deebo Samuel might end up coming back too. So that wide receiver room could drastically change. But the one room that I still think that they could use some help with was that corner room. And again, this is one of those guys that is the best corner on the board. He's the best corner in the draft. And if you pair him up with Trey Amos, and then Mikey is free to roam and do the things that he did at Michigan, that's why I went with that. So now that I've had my eulogy for the day, my sermon, I'm going to open it up for you guys and get your thoughts on that. So, one, do you like the pick? And two, would you do that at number 7 if he was there and Caleb Downs is there? And I'm going to start with Ellison today because I know he's probably reaching through the screen. And then after Ellison, we're going to go with Gerard, who probably was reaching through the screen as well. So, Ellison, what's going on, my friend?
What's going on, everybody? What's good, Ray?
What's going on, man?
You know what? I was actually listening to you last night at my daughter's soccer practice, and Delane he's okay. He's okay. Me personally, man, I'm not gonna be long-winded, but me personally, I think it's maybe about 4 or 5 guys in this draft who I think down the line are going to be really good players in this league. Everybody else, this is a really bland draft for me. And I'm not actually opposed to trading back a few spots and getting a player there, especially if Downs is there, then go ahead take him. But Delane and some of the other guys, I'll probably move on. He's a good player, but I would do something else at 7, given what's on the board.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Let's go with Gerard. What's going on, Gerard?
Hey, this is where I'm at. Hello, family. How y'all doing? Good to be here.
Hello.
Hey, what's up,
What's up, bro?
All right. Awesome. Hey, Love is my number 1 pick. But in my heart, I don't feel he's going to be there. But he's definitely my number 1 pick. And where I'm at, AP said that he's going for best available according to the Commanders. So that means his board. And for me, where the Commanders are at, it's Delane. I told y'all a week or so ago, I'm going to go pick him. Every player is a crapshoot. We don't know. So for me, number 1 is Love. Number 2, I'm going to say is Styles, but he's probably not going to be there either.
All them going to be gone.
Right. So my number 3 is Delaney. So for me, if he's there at 7, go run to the podium and grab him. I ain't for all the trading back and doing this and that. Number 7, we need to pick it. Go get him. That's where I'm at. And hold up, one more bit. Look at our division. All those wide receivers inside our division, we need help at corner. I understand what they say about Minnesota. We not Minnesota. We the Commanders. So get that cornerback. We got a powerhouse in our division as far as wide receivers. So that's all I'm going to say.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Like real quick, can I chime in before you get to the next person?
Sure.
Got a shout out. I want to shout out Miss Benet for rocking that jersey. I see you, girl. You're looking good. Nice.
Yeah, thank you. I ordered both of them. I ordered the burgundy one and I ordered this one, but my burgundy one will be here next week. And this is the first time I have ever purchased a player's jersey.
Nice.
This is the first time. Commander's jersey. And you asked the question at the end of last session, if Jaden did something, would I still be a Commander? I can't remember what you exactly said.
Yeah, I had asked if
you switched teams.
If he got traded to the Saints, would you go back to the Saints or you stand with us?
I'm gonna be going to.
Loyal? They ain't loyal.
She's loyal to the player. Okay. I see you. Hey, listen, I mean, it is what it is. We all have favorite players. So, yeah.
Don't worry.
They're building that stadium. I don't think they're getting rid of him anytime.
He's not going nowhere.
No.
I'm gonna always be a Commander fan.
Some seats.
Always. Okay. Always will be a Commander fan.
All right.
Good stuff.
Just
Good
stuck
stuff.
with me now.
All right. Well, let's speaking of Miss Benet, let's go ahead and go with Miss Benet. What do you think? Or would you be okay with that cornerback pick, or is there someone else in particular that you would expect to be around there? Because in my draft yesterday, Jeremiah Love went number 4 to Tennessee, so that's the reason. And then Sonny Styles went. Oh my goodness gracious! I have my list right here. Sonny Styles went.
York, wasn't
it? No. It wasn't 4. It was
Cleveland?
Nope. It wasn't Cleveland. Cleveland was 6.
It's the Giants. Giants 5.
Giants are 5.
No. Who's number? It was the Giants.
Six is the
Browns.
It was the Giants. It was the Giants.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think unequivocally the Giants are taking him.
Yeah, it was the Giants.
I agree.
He's anything like they say with Ed Reed, with Harbaugh. He's going to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's done, and that defense is starting to scare me a little bit in New York. I think New York is starting to scare the other teams in the NFC East, and I've been saying this as well, and we'll keep this train rolling. I sincerely believe in like 2 years, the Giants and the Commanders are going to flip the NFC East. I truly believe it's not going to be that Eagles 100%. Cowboys, gauntlet that has been over the last.
It's already started.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Get rid of Hurts.
But you want to talk about protecting yourself. Their quarterback needs to not run through everything.
They're going to get rid of Hurts.
He'll learn.
Yeah.
Run however you want to run. Go right
I don't
ahead.
think I know
Right.
Sheila said they're going to get rid of Hurts in Philly. I don't see that. I think that
I'm just so bad the way they treat him.
Yeah, I know. They've been doing that from day one with him, and all he does is win. I mean, what do you want from the guy? I mean, this be his 6th different coordinator? I mean, my God.
It's the personality.
We doing this again? We doing this last week again?
Okay. I know. Like, what are we doing here? I know Ellison was a ticking time bomb last week.
Hey man, I just call it like I see him, big dog. That's all.
This is the thing. Not to stray here, but if you talk about Hurts, who are you going to get to come in to do what he's done and to do what he's doing better? Right now, that's available. That's all I'm saying. That's available.
100%.
No, I get you. I understand that. But at the same time, it's not like we playing backyard, one-on-one back in the gym or something. It's 11 on 11. So he's not doing it by himself. He's a good quarterback. He's solid.
Yeah. I could find somebody. It's just not going to be good.
I think you have to be careful. But I think you have to I think you have to be careful with that kind of talk for Philly, because I've said this, and this is no disrespect to Jalen Hurts. He's the best game manager in all of football, period.
Yeah,
okay.
I agree with that.
And when I say that doesn't diminish him. Sometimes being a game manager is harder than being a gunslinger because you can't make a mistake. And he just doesn't make too many mistakes. So let's just say you get someone in there that wants to throw that thing all over the field and is making mistakes. Then you're going to realize what you had. And you're right. He's not the sole reason why they won a Super Bowl. He's a big part of it. But if you take that big part away from it, and let's just say, people talk about sometimes like what would happen if they got a Justin Herbert. Well, we know what Justin Herbert can do from a skill set standpoint. But last time I looked, Justin Herbert hasn't done what? Win. Doesn't win. So
that's the same thing with Lamar and Josh. They turn the ball over in the playoffs. They turn the ball over.
But Justin sometimes don't even get you to the playoffs.
Exactly.
That's right.
I'm just saying, as far as the Hurts,
difference. Yeah.
I'm talking about the Hurts and Josh and Lamar. Lamar and Josh turn the ball over in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But can we all agree that that team covers up a whole lot of warts that he has. Do
Of
we agree
course.
there?
Oh,
Yeah, of
course,
course.
yeah.
Of course. No,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're not oblivious to that.
Yeah, no denying at all. But I also think that those warts sometimes they help people. they help some of those guys who are combustible not be so combustible. And it's Philly. We know it's a different vibe, different market. So let's get back to this. Let's go back to, I think I asked Miss Benet,
Right.
with the 7th pick, is there anyone in particular that you think could be there that you would want, if not, for Delane?
Well, I like what's been said so far, but I've been watching a couple of, I tell you, watch a lot of podcasts and do a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I had a different opinion of him upon his appearance at the Combine, was Makai Lemon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all know how I feel about him.
Yeah. So I'm starting to like Makai. I'm starting to hear a lot of good things about him, a lot of positive, but I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
I heard, rumor is Fernando Mendoza is supposed to go number 1 to the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also saw where they may not pick him. So what happens to the draft if they don't take him as number 1?
All hell
breaks loose.
And I tell you what, if he's not number 1, which he will be, I did pose that on my Tuesday show on I asked the question, what would it take to move the Raiders out of that spot? Like, what would be the, we're not doing this now. And I said that because you got Kirk Cousins, and I know Kirk Cousins isn't a Super Bowl quarterback, but he is a good professional. And the Raiders kind of are built right now to, if you notice the moves that they made, they're built to try to win right now, right? To just instantly win. So I said,
$7 million for a center.
Yeah. So I said, if you're the Dolphins, and the Dolphins have the 11th pick and the 30th pick, if you're the Dolphins and you say, hey, we want to come up to 1 and we'll trade you our 11th and 30th and a 3rd, for next year, or maybe even a 2nd, would you make that move if you're the Raiders?
No.
Who says no?
No. Right here.
Okay.
I said I need a number 1 for next year as well.
Yeah, I need a number 1 next year.
It's the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
So you're gonna pay for it.
I agree. You need your number 1 next year. You need it. Got to.
So you're saying if you're the Dolphins, you need the number 1 from this year and the number 1 from next year.
No, if I'm the Raiders from this year. If you're the
Raiders, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I need both of your number 1s this year and your number 1 next year.
That's flat out lunacy. Yeah, that's lunacy.
Like, if you want
that is lunacy. That's crazy.
If somebody gave that up, they're gonna have pitchforks and knives coming into Miami. Trust me.
You said the number 1 pick though, right?
But they're getting 2 this year, 11 and 30.
Give me your number 1 next year.
Oh no! I'm giving you 2 first rounders right now.
You want this number 1 pick. You want this Mendoza pick so bad, and I know what you have. You gonna pay for it.
Yeah, you can give me your number 1.
Look. Call me silly and call me stupid. No, that ain't happening.
You're thinking logical. No, you're thinking logical. But I'm also saying
who would do 11 and 30 this year and a 3rd for next year for that number 1.
I'm going back 10 spots. No way. I need your number 1 next year. I have to have that. Got to.
Yeah. Okay. that ain't happening, because I think the Raiders are going to look at it like, okay, if we gave it to you, it might not be as high as you think it can be.
Right.
Because they could win. So no. Right. So we're this is good. We're talking. We're all over here. So that's okay. Miss Benet had a good one there. So yeah, to answer your question, if Mendoza was traded, it would disrupt everything, and it would be some really good football players and a lot of trades being made, because some teams at that point now are going to jump the gun and be like, this guy might be available for us. We're going to trade. And if that were the case, that I could see Washington trading back. By the way,
if anybody did it would be Al Davis.
Right. Yeah. One of the things that we couldn't do in my mock yesterday was make any trades. So it was, you had to pick, you had to use the pick, because my inkling is Washington's right there as far as trading back. I really feel like knowing Adam, I really feel like that can be in play if some things were to happen early, because at number 3 pick in the draft, Arizona took, the left tackle from University of Miami in my mock draft. So that was the one pick right there to kind of change some things, and it has some really good players coming back a little bit. So if you have 2 or 3 really good players sitting there at 7 for Washington, why not see if you could trade back, 3-4 spots, because you still might get one of those guys, and now you're picking up another pick, maybe in the 2nd or maybe in the 3rd of this year's draft. So those are things you have to entertain. All right, so let's keep this thing moving. Let's go.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Miss Renee. Let's go with Shauno. What's going on, brother?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Yes,
Good?
Sean.
And that's
Good.
that's
Good to see
Cameron.
everybody.
Let's stop playing. That's Cameron. Dipset. That joint fly though, man. That joint fly. I rock with that joint. That's sharp. What you got on, Sean?
It is nice.
Appreciate
That's
you,
sharp,
man.
man.
Got to represent with the alternative stuff.
Yeah,
All right.
that's sharp.
Appreciate you. So in regards to Delane, I think he's a good player that would fit within our program, but I'm with Ellison. I wouldn't do it at 7. I would trade back a few picks, maybe to that 11 with Miami, and pick him up there.
Okay. So I think what you guys are going to start hearing is the fact that he ran that 4.3 in his pro day, really, because that was the one thing that everyone, I remember being in Indy, it was, this guy's a technician, and his comp is very similar to Stingley, so both LSU guys. I heard someone tell me he's just as technical as Pat Surtain. He's just not as athletic. Okay. So now we're talking about 2 young guys that are locked down corners. And now you're talking about him running a 4.3, kind of, maybe just north-south speed. That's fine, but it still showed that he's not slow, which I think is going to elevate him and push him up. And I've been saying there's 2 players in this draft that can disrupt it as far as moving up into the top 10, maybe up into the top, 7 or 8. And those 2 guys, and Miss Benet mentioned one, Mekhi Lemon. I've been telling people he's the best receiver in this draft, in my opinion. And I think I do. I think what Mekhi Lemon can do is, if he were to go early, then all of a sudden the flood of receivers are going. It's going to happen. A matter of fact, I think at 13 in my mock draft, I had the Ravens taking Jordan Tyson. So, it was there. It was there to be had. So, all right. So let's keep the train going along here. Let's go with Miss Sheila. What's going on, Miss Sheila?
Miss Sheila.
Wake up, Miss Sheila.
I'm here. Everybody. A little tired, but I'm here.
What's the question again?
I'm a little tired, but I'm here.
I was waiting for it, Oscar.
Me too.
What you was waiting for?
We were waiting for you to say, what was the question again?
I heard the question, but what happened to you and Bane? You changed that?
No, so that's who I like, but I'm just telling you guys right now, if I had a number 1 pick, best player in this draft to me is Jeremiah Love, period. And if he was there at 7, I don't care who's sitting there. I don't care if none of these guys were drafted and Love was still there. I'm taking Love over anyone. I've been saying that for 4 months. People have been calling me crazy. We don't need offense. We need defense.
Yes, we do.
That's the best player that's Jaden running the football. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to be there. I had him going at 4. So Miss Sheila, after that, I'm like, okay, if one of these defensive players is sitting there at 7, I think the guy that could be around that time frame was Reuben Bain Jr. So that's what I was saying. But when we did our mock draft, we did it fair and square, and we picked by what teams need. And it just so happened to be that Delane and Caleb Downs were sitting there. Caleb Downs might be the smarter selection, because you absolutely know what you're getting with him. But Delane is one of those guys that I really, truly feel like is getting ready to be on the come up. So, and Washington needs some more corners, if you ask me.
Okay, well, I'm not sure who that person is, so because I haven't been following him.
Okay.
So, and I know y'all said Styles is going to be gone, so possibly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so funny. Do y'all look at the Speakeasy?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. You saw our guy on there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
And he spoke up about the defense.
Yes, he
And
did.
he's like, our defense is going to be bad this year. And he talked about it. And I was like, okay, so he was looking at more defense a person too, instead of
offense.
Yep, offense as well.
Talking about Charles Minnow, if y'all didn't see it.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So he spoke very highly of what he see with how defense is going to be. So I want to go with defense, but offense we do need another receiver. So as far as I'm concerned, so I just
potentially, but right now I still think Ayuk is going to be here healthy, and I think there's reasons why you don't see him.
I know, I understand that because I'm sure that if he could have been out there with Jaden and them, he would have been
practicing
out there. He would have been out there practicing with them, but he
you guys know the reason why you're not seeing them, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, thank you. Because people are like, because he's hurt.
No, he's just minding his business because he knows that
so
where
if you
he's
look
going.
good, then the 49ers might be like, you know what?
Not only that, everybody will start calling in for that pick. So I mean, they'll give him that 7 if he's
love to, but I know that y'all say he's gonna be gone. So
I would be shocked if Jeremiah Love's there at number 7.
Totally shocked.
I would be really shocked.
Like if he's there at 7, I'm running to Pittsburgh and making the selection.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm putting that pick in at the podium if he's there. Literally, they're gonna let
anyway,
quick question for you, Blake.
Can I finish mine?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank y'all.
She
I'm
wrote
almost
down.
done. I'm just gonna go with an offensive player, whoever that might be, because I'm so confused with all of this now. I done heard so many mock drafts. I'm just like up here with them. So
I hear you. That's my one and only, by the way.
too.
I back in the days at USA
yeah,
Today,
I
we
looked
had
at
to
this
put out
week.
like
That's
2
all
a
you
day.
can find on TV is mock draft. This one doing, that one doing, this one doing. So I just
whenever you see a mock draft, Miss Sheila, whenever any of you guys see a mock draft where there's trades in there, don't pay attention to it, because that's just I don't want to say clickbait, but it's clickbait.
Yeah, but I've been looking at some of the professionals, that's the announcers and the TV insiders who've been changing their mind too. So anyway, I'll just be happy whatever we get. Okay.
All right. Good stuff. All right, Shauna, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I know that it's Lions season, but basically in the last 2 weeks, like prior to that, we didn't hear about Love falling. We were like, okay, he's number 4, it's said and done. The last couple of weeks, and I was wondering, since the story came out with him having autism that was undiagnosed, would that have anything to do with it? As far as him dropping?
Listen, let me tell you right now. Over the next 2 weeks, this is the worst part of my job. I hate it. I really do. Just got notification that on the 16th, got to go up, talk with Adam and Lance Newmark, pre-draft presser, and I'm like, what are they gonna say? I'm just being honest here. Just like what are they gonna say? Oh, we're gonna draft this guy. They're not doing that. Even if they tell you their philosophy, we already know their philosophy. They go with the best player on their board.
Right.
So I say all this because it's dead. It's dead right now. It's dead. The biggest story that we're hearing was about Fernando Mendoza not going to the draft, and people making it up, or about Diana Rossini. And I'm being honest about it. Like, and I know Diana, I chopped it up with her in Indianapolis a couple weeks ago. Don't let me get started on that one. That one was
next question.
Not waste our time on that garbage.
Really?
Let me just say this.
Don't even do that to your show, man.
Yeah. I'm not.
Let me rephrase my question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let me rephrase it. If in fact Okay, so he does have autism, but it wasn't diagnosed. Family didn't take him to go see a doctor. So let's go with he has autism. Would that affect his draft at all?
No. And the reason why I say that, because if he had autism, he mastered well.
If you hurdling like that over defenders,
I
take
mean,
take him now.
And we're not talking about a guy
it's
that
working
did
for him. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And we're not talking about a guy that did this at what they remember they used to say, Rev, the Sisters of the Poor.
Exactly.
No, he was in Notre Dame. Every week you saw this.
Yep.
No, that's just again. So I don't want to say clickbait. I think we are living in a time now where technology is so vast and medical procedures and things like that. They're finding anything. They might find that one of us has something, and I could have a fractured elbow and never have known it. I do get some pains in it on my workouts, and I'm wondering. I think it's tendonitis, but who's to say that I have some kind of degenerative bone growth in there or something? That's how vast these guys are getting looked at to find any and everything. But my thing is, tape doesn't lie to me. And when I see what you did on Saturdays to people at an epic rate, I don't think all of a sudden you're going to forget how to do that and you're going to fall apart. I just don't see that. Sometimes they throw these things out too, because let's just say, Shano, if you have pick number 5 or 6 and Love is the guy you really want, you might start some kind of rumor out there, hoping that he falls right into your lap.
Just to put this out there, I went ahead and found a AI picture of him wearing the bong mask that Laramie Tunsil did.
You went crazy.
And
I saw that.
And I said, would you really want this as your number 1 pick? Yes, again and again. If he shows me what he did on Saturdays every week. Of course, I wouldn't care if he short of the unthinkable. Yeah. I mean, that's about it. Yeah. Of course you take it.
I take great pride in saying this. I have no problem saying this. I never really, I'm not going to say I never in my life tried to smoke, but I never have been a smoker. I've never been a drinker. Don't drink.
Either.
So with that being said, that doesn't make me judge people who do smoke. Or if you're not an alcoholic, that's a whole nother story. If you're alcoholic, you're an alcoholic. But if you are a person that, socially drinks or occasionally has a smoke with some friends or whatever, if my tape that I'm reviewing of you shows you breaking 80 yarders, 90 yarders, I'm not here to do the whole moral judgment thing, because to me, that's the gray area. If you smoke or if you drink, does that mean you're a bad person?
No.
Again, because I don't do it. I don't want to say, oh, you got to be like me. No, just not my thing. So again, if I see you struggling on the field, I might attribute some of those issues. Maybe you have some issues with those things. But if you're out there balling and getting it done, like how many times have we said on this show right here, we tired of the choir boys for the Commanders. I need some winners. I need some guys that are going to knock you down and not ask you that you need some help to get up. No, stay down because you're going to be on the field like that a lot today. That's what I need. So, all right. My surprise you hear me say that. So let's keep it moving. Let's go with Antoine. What's going on, Antoine, up in Illinois?
Hi, Antoine.
Not too much. I'm doing all right. I'm doing good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
How's it going?
Welcome back.
So what you think as far as that 7th pick? Are you okay with Delane, or do you feel like maybe there's someone else you're hoping can be there?
No, I don't have a problem with Delane. I mean, he looks like he's a pretty good corner, and we definitely need some help. So I believe you put him with, like you said, Amos and Mikey and them guys. I think our secondary could be pretty good. So yeah, I'm good with that one.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. And I didn't pay Antoine to agree with me, by the way. Those are his own thoughts. So
I
appreciate that. All right. Cash after him. All right. Let's go with Oscar. What's going on, Oscar?
Good. How are you, Lee?
Oscar.
Family.
Ozzy,
what's up, bro? What's up, bro?
Delane sounds good to me, like because last year we remember that we struggled a lot in with the cornerbacks and safeties, and we all know that Durante Jones is a good secondary scheme builder, So this young kid would help him a lot, I guess. And his 40-yard dash was amazing. He absolutely looks physical to me. I know Jeremiah Love is a dream, but I still think we're good enough with having Rashad White and Cross Merritt in the running back room. So he could be a good addition.
Good stuff. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Great answer. All right. Let's go with Rev. What's going on, Rev?
Rev.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Rev.
What's up,
What's
Rev?
going on, man?
Good
How you
afternoon.
doing?
I'm staying right in my position. Like I said, I want us to stay at 7, and whoever's sitting there,
It could be a couple people sitting there, though.
and that's where, and I think I had texted or put it out there. I'm still in AP. I trust. I like what he's done so far. So whatever that he's cooking, this is just that part of the season that I'm riding the razor blades of the off season, because between the lies and as you were just saying, Lake, the clickbaiting, like who on earth would ever make up a story, about someone to get what they want. So once all this plays itself out, and still ultimately when we look at Jay Newt and everything, that's another thing, because I just knew he was going to be lights out last year. So that was heartbreaking. So all these numbers, and like I said, the combine and all that, I need to see it on the field. I don't have too many years left of this world. So I'm not going to waste my energy making a decision that they're not going to listen to anyway. The Dotson pick over Rodriguez showed me that one. So therefore, I'm just waiting to see who suits up.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
That hurt.
Who suits up and come out on that field, and then, like you said, if you think of the movie The Longest Yard, that's what the kind of players I want.
Yeah, good
That's
stuff.
it. That's it.
Good stuff. I like it. Tough. And the thing is that I think
I broke his freaking jaw.
Yeah. Broke it. I when you
yes,
look at the guys that Adam takes, a lot of them have stories to tell.
They do.
A lot of them have really compelling stories. And that's something that I've been trying to look at to kind of get an idea. Like, I want to be in Pittsburgh and break to you guys. Like in Detroit, I was in Detroit and had a little bug come over to me. I was with, my good friend, Natalie Spalla. We were doing our hit outside. And someone came over to me that I trust. And they were like, it's Jaden for sure. This was 2 hours before the draft. And they were like, it's done. Because you remember, stories started coming out.
Yeah.
And it could be Drake May.
Right.
And I'm like, I was told by somebody that was Jaden. But then 2 hours before the draft, literally someone told me it's a done deal. They've already told them. And I put it out there. Still have people coming to me. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not there. And I'm like, I'm sitting right here in Detroit.
People don't realize is that you're Lake Tradamus, man. People don't realize that, man.
So I just, again, I want to do that in Pittsburgh in 2 weeks. I want to be able to let you guys know 2 hours before, 3 hours before, like who are they taking? And it's based off of what's going to happen before them, because remember, we all knew the Bears were not coming up off Caleb Williams back then. That was a done deal. Washington's a 7 now. So it's a little Miss Sheila don't like no Caleb.
Sheila and I agree.
I was a little disappointed with Caleb though when he tried to get George Gervin's Iceman. Now you can't do. There's only one Iceman, man. You
Oh
know,
man,
y'all
that's
know the finger
crazy.
For
roll.
real.
There's only one.
For
So
real.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But there, I think there was the Iceman, and with MMA there was an Iceman too. So yeah, whole nother story. So all right, so good stuff. Let's keep this thing. Let's keep this thing rolling. Let's go with Greg Dashel. Then we're gonna go with Jen, and then we go. And I'm looking at my screen here, my numbers. So we're gonna go with Greg, Jen, and then Josh. Okay. All right.
Then go ahead.
What's up, fam? How y'all doing?
I know. We still got Herb. We got Marcus. We have Ebony. We got Harry. I mean, or Big Bud. So we got a lot. So yeah, this is it's a lot of numbers. So doesn't mean I don't love you. If you go last, it's just how I'm seeing this on the screen. Keep it easy for me. All right. So let's go ahead and go with Greg.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the Delane pick at all, man. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little skeptical of trading back. Simply because of the Dotson trade, we passed up so much, and we picked Jahan Dotson. So, and then none of that worked out for us. So I'm not even doing that. The trade back, I'm sticking and picking at 7, and because my point is, if it's a blue chip player, bro, what are we trying to do moving back? I mean, it's not gonna happen. I mean, it's not 12 blue chip players in this draft, okay?
Right.
We possibly can get one at 7. So
Yeah.
I'm taking him. So the only offensive guy I'm gonna even consider draft at 7 is Love. That's it. If Love ain't
Me
there,
too.
bro, I'm going all defense. So I don't care who from Ohio State, Reuben Bain, David Bailey. I'm a little skeptical on him too at some, for the run part of it. You know what I mean? For the run defense, but not. I still would take him because I think he's generational rushing and passer. But it's either Love at offense or any one of them defensive guys. I'm good with it. That's from any corner. Caleb Downs, and I know you said that you don't see 3 safeties on the field, but that Downs is so versatile, bro. He could probably play outside corner if you need him in one package or something. You know what I mean? Rushing him from that side. So I'm good with either one of them defensive guys.
Okay. One thing we can say about Adam is it doesn't matter if there's a position already stockpiled. If he feels like you're talented enough to help, he's going to take you there too. The only position I think we know they would not be drafting to supplant is Jaden. Okay. But other than that, it's fair game. And again, I agree with you, Greg, big time. If it's anybody, on defense, any of those defensive guys are still sitting there and you can get one, you got to do it unless Love is sitting there on offense. So good stuff. All right. So let's keep it rolling here. We had coming up afterwards, we had Josh. Yep. Jen. Jen and then Josh. Yep.
It's Jen.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi,
Hi guys. So Mansoor's comps that I saw, it says that he's frequently compared to Trent McDuffie and Denzel Ward.
That's not a problem.
And one of the things that I saw Adam say is that the reason why free agency was what it was is that he didn't really want to have to be in the position of need when the draft came around. But one of the things, if you look at Jaden as like the nucleus, which he is, it's going to be the player that can help him most that comes to us.
That's right.
And I'm not convinced that Sonny Styles and Reuben Bain Jr. are going to be gone by 7. I'm not sure. I think that one of them might be available. However, it sounds like that Mansoor is the best cornerback in that whole first round. And I do think I love Mikey. I love Trey, but I do think that they're interested in making sure that they have some insurance. And especially if, God forbid, somebody gets hurt or whatever, that's a very, very important part of our team that I don't think it's overkill to get a cornerback. But I do think that, listen, I'm with your buddy Ibrahim the other day. He was like, trade up. I wouldn't trade back, but I'd trade up if I could to get Love. I would. But that's because, like, to be honest, we really shouldn't even have a first round pick. If we were the team that we were 2 years ago, we're very fortunate and also unfortunate that we're able to be in the first round. So we actually, in theory, we're here and we're going to take.
It's a steal.
Yeah,
we're gonna take advantage of the fact that we have this pick. I don't think we're gonna have a first round pick for a very long time. So my feeling is
an early first round
pick.
I meant, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
but I think that since we have such a high first round pick, relatively speaking, it's really going to be a matter of the need for the other teams before us, and whatever player falls to us that's going to help Jaden the most and going to help the team the most is what I think Adam will go with.
Yeah, those are good points, Jen. And some people are going to say, well, the only kind of person that can help Jaden is on offense, and that's not necessarily true.
No, I don't think so.
If you can keep the ball, if you can get the ball back for him, you're going to help him.
Ask CJ Stroud how that works out.
Exactly. I mean, oh my God, I've been telling people, can you imagine Jaden with that defense?
That's what I'm saying. I think we've already established
that would get ugly.
Right, but on paper, our defense is really miles better than it was.
Yes.
But I do think that, like, if, again, for whatever reason, if any of those, what do you call them, blue chip players, whether they're defense or offense, they're going to pick the best player available at that number. And
100%.
I think that if it's a defensive player, none of the defensive players in the first, in the top 10 or whatever, they're all amazing, they're all good. But I do think that if at 7, the ones that they probably were hoping to get, if they're not available, I have no problem, to answer your question, with Mansoor, because I think that next to, Jeremiah Love, a splash offensive player, I think that the cornerback room could have some padding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some insurance.
Absolutely. And you're getting the best, considered the best at his position. I know McCoy, Jamal McCoy is pretty good too from Tennessee, but Delane just has that pedigree, and it doesn't
also
hurt that he went to LSU too.
That's right.
The thing is that one of the things that I'll wrap it up. One of the things that we really, really, really needed last year, and it was a glaring problem, was speed. And he has the 4.3. He's quick. He's 22. He's young and he's fast. And I think young and fast, they will pick a young and fast player if they can get one. And cornerbacks are not easy to come by. Great ones,
No.
I
this
mean,
guy's comps is legit. I mean,
right.
When you're considered the best at your position, at any position, you're worthy of being drafted. So we'll see.
I mean, I think
out.
Trey Amos is great, but I do think that, again, with Mikey's last year, I love Mikey, no offense to him, but I think that if you're in a restaurant hanging out with the brass in our organization, next to a real, a Jeremiah Love or somebody like that, who can really be something that can really help us and moving forward give you insurance, that's a cornerback. So I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Good stuff. Okay. Good stuff. All right. Let's go with Josh now. And then after Josh, we'll go with Bud and then Ebony.
Josh.
Hold on. I'm testing Brandon to tell him I'm not following Jen anymore. Okay. No, I'm pretty much the consensus with the group. I want Love and I want Styles, but I don't think that they're, unless Al Davis does something crazy and doesn't pick it quarterback at 1, that ain't happening. I think that for sure Styles is going to be a giant. And we're going to be scared of that kid for a while. It just looks too perfect. I love the cornerback pick. I think that's perfect. We need to fix that cornerback room. When I grew up with this team, the cornerback room was straight. They were afraid to throw to our secondary.
Right.
And we haven't had that
in years. Long
years.
time.
I mean, we had Sean for a short time, but we haven't had that in decades. And
not since Champ Bailey and the boys.
And I think is lining up. The stars are lining up. They're lining up with Durante, a guy whose strong suit is the secondary.
Secondary.
Yeah, just like
exactly.
like
that
us.
was the other reason why I made that pick.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And I see the stars lining up with that, and that's it. So I'm totally good with that. So
okay. All right. And see, again, I don't want anyone thinking that we were throwing stuff out there yesterday just to see if it sticks.
It's what makes sense.
I literally, when I had to break down why I didn't take Caleb Downs over Delane, and even my producer was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Trust me on this. It makes perfect sense when you think about it, because." Yeah, they went out and they brought in, Tariq. I mean, they brought in all these corners, but those are depth corners. Those are guys that aren't expected to come in and be number one or number two.
Right.
And is Mikey really a number two corner?
No,
I think Mikey's a Swiss Army. He's a Swiss Army knife corner that they're going to use like how he was at Michigan. So, but you got to have the other one, and now you could have 1 and 1A. Amos and Delane sound really good to me.
Right.
So we'll see. I do like Ruben Bain now. Bain's sitting
I
there.
wasn't against the corner, Josh. I said I would be cool with it. I'm not against it.
No, I'm with you.
I just think it's whoever is the best player at 7. That's who they'll go with.
Okay. All right. So let's keep going here. Let's go with Big Bud. What's going on, Bud?
Ain't too much. How you doing, man? Hey, family. How y'all doing, man?
What's up, Bud?
Ain't too much. Ain't too much. Hey. Lake, happy belated birthday to you, brother. Sorry I couldn't be on it last week.
Oh no, I appreciate that.
Yeah. For real, Mansoor, for every reason that you mentioned, smart move if you went that route. Now I'm gonna go against the norm and say that I would not dismiss a trade. I want to hear it first. You never know. I mean, we're coming from a place of logic and some of us being, gun shy and various reasons why we won't do these things. But the person that want to move up to 7, they're in a desperate situation. You never know what they'll give up. You never know. This is allergy season, man. They could have medicine head and lose their mind and give us a whole bunch of crap for nothing. And I understand the blue chipper thing. I get that. But every team that strives out here and that's doing great things, they ain't got blue chippers all around the board. They got competent people that go out here and do their job. And trading back don't mean that we're getting less than competent people. We don't need elite right now. We just need availability.
If I had a chance to trade back,
yes,
I absolutely would consider it 100%.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many scenarios, and I'm sure people are like, but you said you wanted Bain and you like Love. I mean, I like a lot of guys. I'm just saying who realistically will be there. And I think Bain could possibly be there. He wasn't on my draft board yesterday at 7. He had gone before that. He had gone, believe it or not. How does this sound? He went at number 6 to Cleveland.
Right.
Bain and Myles Garrett. Bookends.
Right.
That sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
You
and then also, Myles Garrett might be leaving. There's a chance that I don't see Myles Garrett ending his career with the Cleveland Browns. So you kind of need some assurances. So that's why I said that. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. And Big Herb, you are up, sleeping. Herb?
Yes, I am up. I'm up. It's been a long day work. I'm at work right now. So my pick, I'm sticking and picking with what you said as far as Mansoor, because I mean, when you have a guy who literally only gave up 1 catch every single time he went up against his opponents, they all of his opponents that he went up against last year did not get more than 1 catch. Did not get more than 1 catch. He didn't allow any touchdowns. He doesn't. I think he had on a grand total only 12 receptions on him all season long. So that right there is, I'm okay with picking him up.
Blue chipper.
Exactly. But also, I would not be mad if short of you picking up a lineman at 7, an offensive lineman at 7. I'm not going to be mad. Now, if you trade outside of 15, I need a king's ransom, like I said to you earlier. You need to give me your first, second, third, fourth in order to get out of that top 10. I'm not doing it. I need to stay in that top
You're gonna
10
be
if we're
picking a
doing trade.
casket out too for a GM that be
Exactly.
dumb enough to do that.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
So
That's right.
there's you can't. This is almost like you can't go wrong in this draft. You got
Right.
you got if Alvaro Reese drops, you have a Parsons like guy.
You won't be dropping number 2.
He's not dropping.
That's number 2 to the Jets.
But I'm also saying
Yep.
if any of these guys drop,
yeah, for sure.
You have the 7th pick. You can't go wrong. And even if they pick all the guys out, okay, we got Delaney next.
Yeah, I've been saying there's literally 8 to 9 blue chippers, like blue chip. Mendoza, Reese, Caleb Downs, Ruben Bain Jr., Sonny Styles, Carnell Tate. I have him. I mean, he's a good one too. Makai Lemons is one of them too. you know, so
as crazy as he look on at the draft board,
you're going to get a phenomenal football player that should, no matter what the position is, should be a day one starter for your team. And just like Jen said, and everyone in here, the sentiments are strong. No one's expecting to see the Commander, picking at number 7 ever again.
A long time.
And if they do, that's a whole nother subject that we don't want to open up today. You know, we don't want to talk about that because that means it's problems and it might be some changes, and we don't want any of that. I don't think any of us feel like any of that's going to be necessary anyway. All right, so let's keep it going.
We're gonna treat it like Voldemort. Don't say the name. Just keep on going.
Yeah, just keep it moving. All right, so let's wrap this part up with Ebony and then Marcus, and then when we do the second part of this, Ebony and Marcus will start us back up, so they won't be waiting forever. Okay. All right. So Ebony, you're up.
I think that's a good pick that you picked, because we do need a corner. So that'd be real good. That'll help Jaden out too. Getting him the ball back and getting him back on the field, and that's keeping it defense, maybe, energy up.
And we need that bad.
Right.
We absolutely need that bad.
That's right.
And Ebony, when you think about it, keeping Jaden off the field. Keep giving Jaden more opportunities to be on the field, but not being on the field where you have to go 80, 90 yards to score. That's what you need your defense to do, is flip the field. And think about Jaden on a short field, how dangerous he'll be.
Yes. He can run it himself.
Yeah, you can take one from 40 out just to the house. So good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so we're going to go with Marcus, and then we come back to Marcus and Ebony again for the second part. So Marcus, you're up.
Yeah, man, I think you hit right on the nose, man. Delane, I think that will be an awesome pick, a sleeper pick. If we can get him in there and have 2 shutdown corners for our defense, I definitely would think I would go with that. Yeah, all day long. Yeah,
I hear that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. The wild card in all of this is Durante, and like Josh said, that's his forte, is building really strong secondaries. And again, maybe if Caleb's there, that's one of the guys, in the secondary. So I think that might be the route that they go in general. So we'll see. We'll see. David Blau's going to have something to say about that too. He's going to be like, what about me? I need some guys too on the offensive side of the ball. All right. Excuse me. So let's go. All right. So good stuff. So let's go with the second question here, the second part of this. We got about 20 minutes left, so we can still do this. The second part was my Commanders power ranking. And what we did was we looked at everything is leading up to where we are today. Okay. And first and foremost, we're talking about good health. Okay. And this is for every team in the NFL. So if a team outside of Washington was ransacked with injuries like the 49ers, for instance. They have a clean slate of health right now, okay? And you're thinking about where Washington is on the power ranking with a healthy Jaden Daniels, a reinvigorated coaching staff, and a hell of a free agent class that they've went out and signed. So my question to you is, where would you put Washington out of 32 teams right now on the power ranking? And I'm going to tell you where I had them on my power ranking. I had them at number 10. Okay. Some people might think that's high. Some people may think they could be even higher. I go back to 2 years ago. They finished my power ranking at number 5 after the 2024 season. They finished, even though they went to the NFC Championship game, you would think, why weren't they 4? I had them at number 5. I did, because I thought Detroit was better than them that year. I just did, even though they beat Detroit. Looking at where they are right now, what we did on my show yesterday was we looked at them in the AFC and we looked at them in the NFC. And in the NFC, we had them as the 4th best team in the NFC as of right now. In the I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. In the NFC, we had them as the 5th best team, okay? In the AFC, we had them as the 4th best team, okay? This is all with a healthy Jaden. So my question to you is, where would you put them on your power ranking? And do you feel like 10 is too high? Do you feel like it's too low? So let's start it up with Marcus, as we promised, and then Marcus will go back to Ebony, and then we'll go back to Greg Dashel. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go based on your analysis of what you did in 2024, because I think they're gonna definitely do as good as they done in 2024. So if you had them in a power ranking of 5, I got them at a 5 this year. Going into this season, I got them at a 5. I think they can get back to because they didn't really have a whole lot of defense then, and now we're talking about them having a better defense this year, and they're going to have more offensive weapons. Ayuk, and we got a nice tight end that that can run out the catch. We got Bill that's coming back. I think he's gonna have it. Even if we don't get Love, we got Bill that's coming back. That he almost had 1,000-yard rushing where he didn't even really touch the ball as much. So yeah, I think we're gonna be at least at 5.
Okay. All right. So just so you guys know, I have them at 10 right now. So I don't want you to, they finished for me at 5 2 years ago. Last year was a disastrous season. So naturally they're going to drop. But I still think as long as you have number 5, literally quarterbacking, healthy, this is a dangerous football team. All right. So let's keep it going. Miss Ebony, what do you think, Ebony? Where would you put this team?
Say between a 7 and a 6. Because I know they're going to do better than what they did last year with all the players that we got and free agency, and the players that we already have, and the players that we want to draft. So I know we're going to do better than what we did last year.
Okay.
So she's saying 6, 7?
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Okay.
Here
All right.
we go.
It's right there. It's right there. It's right there. It's right there. I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay. At least you didn't say 26 or 27. Okay. All right. Let's keep it going. Let's go with Josh here, and then Bud. Josh? Yep.
Muted.
There we go.
I'm gonna take your 10 and I'm gonna lower it just 2 spots, just because we have a new DC and a new OC. It'll probably move up if they're successful. We'll move up there a little bit, but I'm gonna say 12.
Okay. All right. Not bad. All right, Big Bud.
I'm gonna go with 12 as well for the same reason he just said. New OC, new DC, things got to gel. So we'll go with 12.
Nice. I can hear fans watching this who aren't Commanders fans saying, "Look at the Kool-Aid that these jokers are sipping off of." I can hear it now. Like the Mountain Berry Punch. The Shawno got. They look at the Kool-Aid being passed out. All right. So let's keep it rolling. Let's go with Herb. What you think, Herb?
I'm going with 12 as well, and it's because look, I mean, like you guys said, as far as we have the new coaching staff coming in, but we still have the same talent tapped on to what we had extra, what we had from the year before. So if we're going based off of 24, and Jaden took him with just Terry McLaurin, and you giving me extra pieces, Chigga Conquo and what's the name, a pass rush that's actually really good. You're giving me the corners and safeties that we need now. Who's a lot faster. The linebackers is faster. Yeah, of course. I'm taking it at I go to 11. I go 11.
Okay. Okay. And just so I can say this, because I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of Captain Obviouses watching this, and they're going to say, well, keep in mind, like, the other teams are getting better too.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
I mean, we already know that.
There you go. Yeah. We take that in consideration.
I mean, everyone, you have to take that into consideration. I already have.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Yep, me too.
So good stuff. All right. So let's go with Rev and then Gerard, and I'm working up my list. So we go Rev, Gerard, Ellison. So Rev, you're up.
That was my hopium right there. Don't worry about it, y'all. It's all good.
That was.
You know what, Lake? I like your 10 and Josh and Big Bud for the very reason that you gave is surprise is going to be our element, and no one has seen what our guys are going to be running. They haven't seen our defense or our offense either. So I believe like in 24 right now, this year is going to be our element of surprise along with talent. So I like that 10th position.
Won't be in the playoffs.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so let's go. Gerard, you're up.
All righty.
Big Daddy.
I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm just gonna be modest.
Yeah, that's fine.
I really want to go high.
Okay.
But I'm not. I'm gonna go 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 is the pick.
Yeah.
But really, I can easily see 4 or 5, only because you look at Denver. They were one of the better teams. Kansas City, one of the better teams. The Eagles, one of the better teams. I truly feel the way our team is built and how we're going to be doing, we're going to be able to hang with all of those teams.
Right.
And we're going to have the X factor. You know, so that's how
they hung with
personally
Denver
feel.
last year with nothing.
Right. You know, so but I'm just going to be modest and I'm going to say 8.
Okay. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. All right, Ellison.
I'm gonna come down a little bit. Don't get mad at me, everybody. But I think right now, today, April 10th, I'm more around 15, 16. I'm more middle of the pack. I don't think we'll
That's
end
still
there.
not bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
No.
Compared to what we were last year, it's not bad at all. But I don't think we definitely won't end the season there. I think we'll definitely end the season within the top 10, like high in the top 10. As of right now, today, I got to say more middle of the pack, 15, 16.
That's
okay.
Good.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And as y'all know, Ellison is very tempered. that's what we know Ellison as. You know, he's like, I need to see it before I start bestowing. And I respect that. I respect that. All right. That sounds like Janine and I bestowed. So we good. So yeah. All right. So let's go. All right. So let's go, Greg Dashel. What's up, Greg?
Hey, what's up, Blake? What's up, man? Hey, well, last week I told you that we had the number 5 quarterback in the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, the way the team is currently constructed before the draft, I would say 8, 9. I'm going right there because if you have the number 5 quarterback in the league, bro, we can't go too far past 5 because he got big shoulders. He done took us there for a minute. I mean, he took us there in 24. So, barring an injury or barring, that his talent is off the hook. So he'll elevate everybody else. So I'm saying number 8 or 9 at the least right now.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so we're gonna have the women come up here. We're gonna have Sheila, Jen, and then Miss Benet. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's
Miss
next?
Sheila,
You're next, Sheila.
Sheila.
Oh, okay. I'm
Sheila.
sitting up here counting all these teams that's been good the last couple of years.
Mhm.
And I was leaving some out. Forgot about Detroit. You gotta kind of count them. You gotta count Chicago in a little bit now. Don't want to, but we don't.
But you know what's surprising? When I was thinking about what you said, Sheila, with Detroit, they didn't make the playoffs
I
last
know
year.
they didn't, but
Nope.
you know they
But
still a
you
good
think
team.
they're gonna rebound too, right?
I think they can rebound
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
I mean they're a good team. So
Yeah.
I was counting all these teams, like trying to fit us in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you said the top. Well, it doesn't have to. You just said wherever we think
No,
they
just
fit.
whatever your number is. Where do you see them?
Okay. Well, I see our boys out there practicing. We on
Yeah.
Terry going off the deep end this year. He went all the way to California. He's
Mm-hmm.
got the Yami. He's catching that ball from Jaden. Jaden throwing it long too. So when I'm watching what the defense look like, I'm gonna have hope in the coaches. I
Mm-hmm.
think they're gonna do well.
Mm-hmm.
So that that they get a determination to do well. So I'm gonna put us at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Miss Sheila.
Wow.
Miss Sheila raising the
Wow.
bar. Okay. Okay.
Got a little yak in her Kool-Aid, man.
Right.
Okay.
I'm looking at what I'm looking at. Okay.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
No, I
That's
love it. I
good.
love it. I love it.
This is, when I said 10, I was thinking some of y'all gonna be like, "What? Come on, like, real? Be for
Yeah.
real."
I
But
was just counting all
y'all
of them.
see what I see. I
I
mean,
like that.
honestly, you see what I see. So let's
Like
keep
that.
it moving. Let's go with Miss Jen.
I think that when I think about the playoffs and some of the teams that were left, I think even now on paper, we're built to beat those teams. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
people stay healthy, and I saw the same thing that Sheila saw, Terry running, looking good, jumping and catching, Terry McLaurin will make this team back to, where it was. But I'm on Miss Sheila's train. I'm gonna say 6, but I'm tempted to say 4. I think for me, I'm just a total optimist, but I feel like
I am too.
if everyone can stay healthy, right now, watching the same thing you just watched with Diami and with Terry out there and
Yes.
Jaden throwing it and his arm looked good, I think that just right now, if we just wanted to play any of the playoff teams, even the last, I don't know about Seattle, but like the Patriots,
Yeah.
I think in flag football, we'd win. And so I really feel like we should be definitely in the top 10, but I'll say 6, just almost to the top 5, because I believe that regardless, the coaches, even though everyone's like, well, we don't know if they're gonna be great. Like from what everybody's saying, David Blau, he's been with the team. Jaden has a really solid relationship with him, as most of the other players that were in his where he was with the quarterbacks. But I feel like, and Durante, I don't know, he just has something about him that makes me feel like, he knows how to coach, not just coach, but really make those players
want to work for him.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that, that's something honestly that Philly is missing. There's a difference between playing to win and playing not to lose. And I think that we're playing to win.
Well, I'll say this.
Dropping philosophical knowledge. I like that.
Yeah, she dropped some verses just now.
Oh yeah, she deep.
I will say this though. If Washington was as dysfunctional as Philly is, as far as all the stuff they have, but they still winning Super Bowls,
right?
Might have to sign up for that.
Well, that can only take you. That can only take you so long. I mean, the fact is that they're going to have to figure out something where people are on the same page and not be on the field and having, differences in the locker room.
They don't have
Keep
to figure
winning.
out nothing. You stay where
Keep
you're at.
winning.
Yeah,
Yep. Keep winning.
they're this is what they've done. That's Philly. It's always been like
Yep.
that, so
Yep.
I
I'm
agree
with
you on
though.
that,
As long
Jen.
as Chicago's not there, I'm fine. I do not want any
Yeah.
part of Chicago.
No.
Right.
I think that has kind of become a rival outside of the division.
Yeah.
And they're going to play
Yeah.
it up. That's why they're going to
Yep.
keep playing them every year. They're going to play
Right.
that up. 1 versus 2. That's just the way it is. So, all right, let's keep this rolling. So now we have Miss Benet, then we're going to go Antoine, and then Shauno and Oscar are going to close us out for the day. Okay. All right. So let's go with Miss Benet.
Okay, now, if you were doing division, I'd say 1. Since you're doing the league, I'm going to go 5 on 5. So I'm going to say 5 for 5. Now, my other question to you is, the teams they're playing this year, are they really harder than the teams they played last year? Did they have easier teams in 2024? Because that's what I'm starting to see a lot. Is that the teams? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, are the teams they're up against this year, are they harder than the teams they had last year?
So I'm so glad you asked that question, Miss Benet. Let me rephrase it, because my parents said hate's a strong word.
Strongly dislike.
I strongly dislike. Hell, I hate. I hate this comparison. And I say that because technically the schedule's not supposed to be harder because where they finished. Right.
Okay.
So technically it's supposed to be an easier schedule. But I say this, there is no game in the NFL this easy. So I don't like when people rank schedules, and I hate it. When people say, well, New England went to the Super Bowl because they had a historically easy schedule. No, New England went to the Super Bowl because they did what they were supposed to do. They beat teams they were supposed to beat. Okay. That's what it is, Miss Benet. So I'm probably the wrong person to ask that to, but technically, no, the schedule is not supposed to be harder. It's supposed to be easier because Washington finished in 3rd place. Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right.
Last year's schedule, coming off of a 2nd place, finishing the division and a conference championship game. Yeah, it was supposed to be hard, and it was. Okay, so hopefully that answered your question.
We got Seattle this year too, so.
Yeah, I mean, they had Seattle last year. Yep. So
bring on those CJ.
All right, so let's go now with Antoine, and then we have Shauno, and then my good friend Oscar will close us out for the day. This has been good. So Antoine, you're up. What do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna say we're gonna finish in the top. I'm gonna say top 10. I'm gonna go with 9.
Okay.
Because we got Jaden Daniels, so we got somebody special, and I believe with Durante, our defensive scheme and what they got going there, I think they're gonna do something. So I'm gonna say 9.
Okay. All right, good stuff there. And it's funny because that was the thing that I said yesterday that gave me 10. And it was, you go back to 2024, the defense, I think, finished the season ranked like 13th, believe it or not. They were at the bottom in some categories and they were up in some categories, but I think their number was 13 and they were in the NFC Championship game. So I've said this. I think this defense right now on paper should be better than the defense from 2024. So if you can get a defense that's just
definitely better.
Let's just say defense is 12, 11 or 12.
But here's the thing,
and Jaden is healthy, this team will be a top 10 team for sure.
But here's the thing, when you have a quarterback who can keep your team on the field, the whole entire offense on the field, half of the game, of course you're going to be ranked 13. So that's half the battle right there. So and you got more talent on this team with that one. Oh yeah.
That's why I say that's why I'm optimistic about this and not drinking any Kool-Aid. All right, so let's close it out with our 2 guys right here, Shauno, and then Oscar. So, Shauna, what do you think?
Oh, I hope that her supervisor doesn't watch the show. Anyway,
sleeping and vaping, man. Come on.
On break.
Yeah. So I think that last year we finished 27, and then the year before, I don't know if it was a power ranking, but we were top 4. So I wonder if Jaden is going to end up being a one-hit wonder, or is he going to learn from his experiences and get better? Obviously, health is probably going to determine that. So I'm kind of feeling what Ellis is feeling. I was thinking 14 initially, but then what Rev said made sense, and it kind of ties back into 2024 in that they don't have tape on what we're going to do. They don't have film on what we're going to do, offense and defense. So that's going to benefit us. So I put a little bet in Vegas. So I'm going to say number 1, and I want this 6,600.
All right.
Hey,
that's California
This
love
Kool-Aid
right
works
there.
for mine.
Hey,
That's
man.
California love.
Hey, listen. Shauna's new nickname is Kool-Aid now.
That's right. Works for mine.
Hey, Kool-Aid.
Not Kool-Aid McKenzie. It's Kool-Aid Roberts. All right. That's what's up. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, Oscar, you got a tough act to follow on that one.
Yeah.
So
if JD5 stays healthy, like 90% of the season, and the whole team is like 75% healthy, let's say, and if David Blau and Durante Jones, if they rhyme well together, I think I'm going to be a little more generous, and I'm going to say top 8.
Okay. So,
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, there are a lot of ifs, obviously, but I just want to stay positive. Let's see.
So the lowest ranking we had here was what, Allison, with
4.
15 or 16?
He said 15.
Yeah, 16.
You know what? If I had to, at worst case scenario, I had to sign up for that right now, I'd be okay with that. I would be okay with that because even as Ellison said, he doesn't feel like they'll stay there. He expects them to ascend. But, I think we all agree that this team has the one thing that they've never had in the past that didn't give you hope. And that was they have a franchise quarterback. You just need that quarterback to stay healthy. And I think we all can agree, if we're guaranteed that Jaden starts 17 games this year, look out. Okay. Because
He's gonna have to turn his hat around after that.
Yeah.
Maybe they could put some metal in his arms like Wolverine or something.
I mean, the injuries that the kid had last year were fluky injuries.
Yeah, they were.
They weren't because he's brittle and no. They were fluky injuries. The hit against Green Bay to the knee. Yeah, the Cowboys game. I mean, and then you go back to obviously Minnesota. The Seattle one was just horrific looking, and fortunately for him being so thin bailed him out, believe it or not.
Yeah, and Kurt Warner said he had that elbow injury and he played the next game because he was a pocket quarterback. So
and let me tell you, Jaden would have played. And I've been telling you guys this. I know he would have played every game the next week. But the team did right by him and looking out for him. That's just the way it is.
DQ also was feeling bad about the last time he was injured before that. So listen, he's coming into this season healthier than, Pat Mahomes is,
Yeah.
So
a lot of guys were hurt.
Huh, Sheila? He looked pretty good out there throwing with the boys.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't hurt.
And one thing we know about Jaden is that he's a dog. He's a guy, and he's also a guy that has a long memory.
Yes, he does.
Like Jaden a little bit more weight.
He looks like he picked up some.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Me. I said it.
Marcus.
Oh, I'm sorry, Marcus.
Yeah, like JD gained a little bit more weight.
He did.
Well, I mean, I think people need to understand too that some guys just have the weight, some guys don't. Like, I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
like no one said Randall Cunningham needs to put on weight way back in the day.
No, they
Terry
didn't.
said he was
and remember
205 in the locker room on that show. He said he was 205 now.
They said also about Lamar, he needed to put on weight, and then Lamar's like, I can't play with this weight, I got to lose it.
Exactly.
So,
but
you
but also like
I'm saying it looked like he gained some weight.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, but it's a natural. It's not like there's some
it's
guys
not like
telling me that they need to get up to 215, and I'm like, that's never going to happen.
That's not gonna happen.
That's not
that
who
boy's
he is.
built like a broom. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not going to happen. Go ahead, bud.
Like, I got a question for you. Have you heard any rumblings about this kicking situation? This place kicker is going to be responsible for winning or losing at least 2 or 3 games for us this year. And Moody needs some competition, bro. I don't want him up there just thinking he's got this job and it's all sold in.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the only way he's going to get better is to get some competition with that.
I agree with you, and I do think that they will bring in, maybe a free agent, an undrafted free agent.
Our boy from the Jets, that veteran from the Jets, has been around for 2 decades. Is still out there.
Yeah, so I think they'll probably bring in an undrafted free agent, to compete. But yeah, you got to, and I said that last year. I was really disappointed that they didn't have anyone in here to compete a kicker. And you guys remember after the preseason game against New England, I told you in every practice the guy was missing kicks. So I thought he was getting cut after the New England game in the preseason. And stayed around and around and around. So.
And here's the thing, Bud. I heard something about and if you guys ever look at them street scores with Rico. He put out this one guy that was a kicker. He's coming out into the draft. Yeah. He runs a 4.4, and he could kick it from 60. So and he's supposed to be coming out this year. So if he's available, I'm like, look, you may not have to worry about. I keep him stashed. Like, hey, I hope nobody's looking, but
they looking. The one thing you're not gonna stash is a kicker.
He's
you're not
kicking
gonna stash a
60s
kicker
with chains on the backside.
Yeah.
See, that's what we need.
This the
bro.
other thing too is everyone is enamored now with the Brandon Aubreys and the big legs.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. I don't care if your leg is only good for 50 in. If it's consistently good from 50 in, I'll take it. I'd rather go with you than
I'll
be
take it.
inconsistent from 50 in, but you make everything over 60. First of all, I don't think this offense plans on having to kick 60-yard field goals.
There you go.
There you go. We just need the extra points, the conversion.
They planning on kicking extra points. Exactly.
The only time I feel like that you need to worry about that is if, hey, we got to get in field goal range to kick right before the game is over. That's the only way. And even still, I still think that Jaden could go ahead and
do another Hail Mary. That's what he did before.
He did it once. He can do it again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I think everybody. This was a good show. I think just some of these topics that I don't have enough time during the week to talk about them. So a lot of times it's like, you know what? I think everybody would like this one. So this is good. We ranged as high as number 1 to number 16. So it goes to show you that, no pun intended, there's no Kool-Aid being passed around on this show. Everybody has everybody has varying opinions. But at the end of the day, we all respect each other's opinions. So very good show. Appreciate you guys as always.